Laura and Robert Sheraton have called Southern California home for more than 11 years. They have dealt with the drawbacks.
There's so many more people. There's so much more congestion.
And of course, the benefits.
I love the weather, obviously, can't be beat.
But the sunshine is not enough to keep the family of 5 in the Golden State much longer. In a few weeks, the Sheratons set out on a new adventure, moving across the country to Delaware.
Everything's rushed now, and it's incredibly stressful. But what choice do we have?
After the pandemic took Robert's job, the Sheratons say they can't afford to live in California. It's not a move they want to make, but one they must make.
I can't find a job, and we blew through our 6 months of savings that we had. We kept 6 months of savings, and it seems like every time we turn around, things are going up in cost, but salaries are not really going up.
The exodus of people moving out of California is not new. Experts say over the past decade, around 150,000 people have left the state. That number is expected to climb. Business at Pasadena Moving Company is surging.
It's hard to keep up with the demand.
With the number of out-of-state moves jumping to nearly 40%, Daniel Carrillo says his workers just can't keep up.
In our whole history, we've never seen that before. We used to be 5, maybe 7% of our moves were out of state.
Jordan Levine is a senior economist with the California Association of Realtors. He says the pandemic is not just forcing people to reevaluate finances, but reconsider their living situation.
Folks, still that affordability motivator for going to a place where they can actually afford to become a homeowner is still there. And now they've got that kind of wind in the sails in terms of the flexibility to be able to do that while still keeping their California-based job.
Levine says the vast majority of out-of-state migrants are flocking to Texas, Nevada, Arizona, and in some cases, Oregon and Washington. Not everyone is leaving California, and experts say there is an uptick in people moving to other, more affordable parts of the state.
Areas that are more affordable and folks can actually achieve kind of home ownership now that they're not strapped to some of these more dense urban areas where their job might have been located and they no longer have to commute there every day for obvious reasons, or in areas that are maybe more resort oriented.
Businesses are also feeling the pressure to migrate elsewhere. Mehran Ebadolahi is the founder and CEO of TestMax, a test prep company based in Santa Monica. His company is in the process of moving its headquarters to Tempe, Arizona.
It's just different. It feels different. And it just doesn't feel like there's any plans on how it's going to get better either.
Alex Biston, CBS 2 News.